Yeah, the Morph Earthshaker is just kind of a ridiculous combo. But Team Spirit does have some counter picks to it. I'm sure that Vici was maybe thinking about it, but it's been so long that we've all had to play against this combo that people have probably theory crafted some counters to it. Maybe you're a little afraid to pick something that's so well understood at this point.
How nervous do you think the Team Spirit was when they saw that Earthshaker? They're like, "Oh my God, we didn't ban Morphling." Do you think that they were getting a little concerned, or do you think they?
Maybe that's why they picked the Tiny too, because Tiny is one of those heroes that can burst in a Morphling who's sitting at really low HP.
Mhm.
You always want like some sort of burst hero so that he can't just sit on really low HP all the time and super high agility. So maybe that's why like the Tiny came out. I'm sure Team Spirit has a response to the Morph Earthshaker just because, God, it's been so long. Like what teams, especially at this level, wouldn't have figured out some sort of counter, especially with the
That's
party
true.
queue. Everybody's party queuing now.
Ooh, okay, all right. Get the Aragon Invoker.
Yep. So these heroes are definitely versatile. We could see an Invoker 4 position. We could see a Tiny 4 position, Tiny off lane, Tiny mid. Let's say Vici picks a Broodmother or something along those lines. You could still do the Tiny mid versus that. So they have options in this game. You can even do Slark mid if there's like a last pick. I mean, Kuka's banned, but some sort of hero that Slark really dumpsters in the mid lane, like Ember Spirit or something like that.
I do actually really like the fact that we are, Vici Gaming, they're kind of picking the tried and true stuff, a couple of those comfort picks, but obviously keep it the Light Night Stalker. Both of these heroes very, very popular currently in the meta. But like Team Spirit, they're mixing things up a little bit. We're seeing something a little bit different. I have been seeing an uptick of Lich lately as well. What are your thoughts on that? Because I know you do the your Dota alchemy, right? And you make the videos
Yeah,
about up and coming. And I think the last support I saw was Dazzle. What do you feel about Lich though right now?
I do. I was actually considering. Doing Lich for a while because he's gotten buffed. He's gotten something like 7 buffs in a row. His win rate is pretty good. The sample size is quite small in pro level pubs where people are picking him, but
Hmm.
uh, basically people think that the Sinister Gaze is just a really good ability and just underutilized. Like the Frost Shield, not so much is that great. Like people aren't really playing around that ability as much anymore. When he was first buffed and reworked, it was like everybody was like frost shielding, and
Oh
then
yeah.
running at people. And it was all about the frost shield. But now it's kind of like, the Sinister Gaze ability, it's a pretty good lockdown. And then his Q ability, it's pretty good for laning, especially considering he's got like a mana regen buff. I think like his base damage was increased a little bit too. So he's, he's pretty strong in the lanes, honestly.
How long is the actual Sinister Gaze for?
I think it's 2.5 seconds. Let me look it up.
That's a pretty good disable there. Especially because it can also change everything, right? It move your positioning in your team. You force everyone to play around like the support. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay, that's
that
a pointy
hero.
head man I haven't seen in a while.
I actually didn't think this was a hero in Dota anymore. Like nobody really picks this.
Well, Team
I
Spirit's
think
gonna prove you wrong, clearly.
yeah, I guess so. I think this hero has like 32 picks in global pro, like China, Europe. 32 picks in global pro level pubs out of about like 5,600 games in the last 7 days.
Wow.
32 picks. That is
That's it.
pathetic. Yeah, it's people don't think this hero is good, so
Huh.
I'm very interested to see what Team Spirit does with this. I mean, it looks like it's a tiny Dark Seer, which is pretty strong lane, but they don't see what they're up against is the problem here. Vici can pick the safe laner right now. Maybe it's a safe lane Night Stalker, which people have been playing a lot recently, but Vici has a possible trump pick.
Well, I mean, that's one of the nice things. I know everyone's complaining. They're like, "Oh, we've been playing the same patch, same meta for so long." But when you really get to know a patch well, you can really start to play around with different combinations, right? Because you start to think, "Okay, well, this hero is really good in this role, but I could probably move it and play it in this way as well." Because you've
I
just had
think
so much time to experiment with it. So, like you said,
I
it
think
could be, the Night Stalker and the safe lane. They could move things
maybe
around.
I think uh I think Bloodseeker is such a good pick right now. I
He's banned.
really
He's banned.
Oh, he's banned. Okay, I see. Right. Okay, that would be a good. I get cheered on for. Yeah, thanks very much for that. I appreciate it. So I mean, I guess you can still Morphling. Oh no, it's banned as
No,
well.
it's banned.
Okay. Lifestealer. They're really limited on safe lane picks here. I see why they're taking so long. Actually,
Oh my God, we forgot about a
Gyrocopter.
gyrocopter.
Of course, of
Of
course.
course.
God, my two brain cells were not putting in work there with this draft.
It's
You
all
need to
right.
activate a
It's
third
very,
one.
very cold out, so maybe
Yes, it
they're a
is.
little frozen. They're thawing out though now,
This
right?
hero actually has a pretty low win rate in from what
Whoa,
I
whoa,
saw
whoa,
in
whoa,
this
whoa, whoa,
in this
whoa.
summit.
PYW is playing the Lina here.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Interesting.
Ori plays mid, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
they shifted everything because I was figuring that PYW would be playing the Earthshaker, but it looks like it's Young on the off lane. It's
Offlane
a safe lane.
Earthshaker,
Eurus. Eurus is
safe
paparazzi.
lane Night Stalker. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like it. I think it's a little bit what's the word? I won't say kooky, but like it's a little different, right? It's still the heroes that we know and are very, very popular. They're very, very strong, but shifted maybe just a little bit around. I don't know. I feel like based off of skill and draft right now, Vici Gaming looks very, very strong.
I'm not so sure about the Darkseer hero. I feel like it's just weak and it's going to get crushed because the hero just isn't good. So I would favor Vici because of that. And of course, like you said, I think that skill wise, and people were expecting Vici to win TI, right?
Yes.
It's a pretty tough opponent to have in the very first series that you're playing.
But it's also a
But
good way to test your metal, right? Good way
true,
to start it off,
yeah,
get pumped up a little
definitely.
bit.
You get some practice and watch. Even if you lose, you watch the replays and you get a lot better in the rest of the tournament from just playing the hard opponent first. But with that being said, they can definitely still win. Their draft isn't that bad. I mean, they have Slark. He can snowball definitely. It's a little hard against an Earthshaker in lane. Invoker, Quaswex. I've seen this hero do tons of work. When you get like the Spirit Vessel, it does some serious damage. Honestly, it does quite a bit of damage.
It's interesting
And
that that item has become like so popular, especially on like mid players lately, depending on what they're up against. Just picking up that Spirit Vessel. I feel like a while ago, if you had suggested that to a mid player, they would have been like, "Why would I buy that? That's for supports."
my hero sits in lane and farms, good sir. Not anymore. I've even seen Ember Spirits pick that up. Like Ember.
I have. I've
Kuka.
seen that too.
Yeah,
I think that was at Dream
it's
League last time is when I saw it. I forget which team is running it, but
that's a gunner classic right there.
that is a
Going
gunner
for
class.
the vessel. This guy's an innovator. So Earthshaker Lina, top lane. Pretty good combo. Lina can use the Earthshaker setup. Enchant Totem, Fissure with the Aftershock. Very easy lane.
Yeah, it's nice. Any lane that has multiple stuns, I feel, is always a winning combination. Do have a couple of these guys here, Team Spirit, making their way over here. Going to be able to get themselves 2 bounty runs in the bottom, but they'll be able to get 2 on top as well.
So Spirit's doing this Darkseer safe lane, and it looks like they're tri-laning bot. Immersion might eventually head towards the top lane. Maybe he'll stick around bot for like a first blood attempt. But for now, yeah, we have a solo lane Darkseer top, which he'll be okay with. I don't think a Darkseer cares that much about a double stun lane. We were saying how good it is, but if you're just iron shelling out the wave, do you really care? Are you ever going to be in range to get stunned?
Well, you hope that you're not. You hope that you're playing the lane right, but...
True.
Yeah, and this is... I like the fact that, Oh, what's going on with the Tiny over here? Immersion's just kinda...
he's tossing creeps.
Oh, okay.
To the high ground. Yeah, okay, sure.
Alright, so that's why he's sticking around over here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice strat. So they just had the Lich stand to the left of this hill here, or whoever it was. I didn't really see. And you just toss the first range creep, and then Tiny can just stick around and toss a couple. The thing here, though, is like eventually, Vici's gonna know this is happening, and they'll just go farm those range creeps. So it's not like a full denial.
Mm-hmm.
It just pulls the lane back, but they will eventually get a big bounty from those range creeps.
And I do like the way that they've got this set up right now. They know that, Coddle, he can use the Blinding Light, kind of push them back if they get a little too far out of position, but they have to be very, very careful. In fact, this is not looking good for DY right now. Does have the Blinding Light, though. We'll toss back. Immersion taking a little bit of damage from Eurus, but again, it's a Night Stalker. And during the morning, only a minute and a half in, there's not much that he can really do here.
Yep, he's just kind of tanky. This whole time, Slark is free farming. Immersion takes a bit of damage, but he stops the pull from happening. And that's all that he really needed to do there. It's unfortunate. You'd like to kill the Coddle, but stopping the pull means that Slark is going to be a beast in this game. Even because he has a couple free waves.
Yeah, I do like this decision, though, to send PYW down here. Toss up, though, over to the Coddle. Again, Blinding Light, just following up. He's taking a lot of damage. Does have a healing salve, though.
Oh, that's very nice.
Lich has so much regen to spare in this lane. And
He's got a fistful of mangoes, that's for sure.
Tiny not so much, but all he's got to do is sit over here and stop this pull from happening.
Well, he's just been duking it out the entire time, too. He's been kind of like the frontliner, throwing his face out down here, just trying to create chaos and mess with this coddle, right? Because he's still trying to get those pulls off. He's trying to get those levels online. And this is kind of the best way for him to do this. Get a little bit of gold as well.
So the Lina did protect the coddle so that the coddle could get the pull off. Unfortunately, Immersion does not have the regen to sustain staying over here like this, and this is where it's going to start going.
Oh, Frost Shield plus the pounce. Nice Blinding Light. Buys PYW a little bit more time. Has that stick charge. He turned around. Nice Light Striker Ray. Will save him until that last creep tossed by Immersion takes down the Lina. Can they get the kill on Immersion is the next question. Looks like they're just not fast enough. Misha also going to take a little bit of harass. Blinding Light knocking him back again. These creeps are helping out. One more hit. No. There it is. There's the kill here for the coddle.
Oh, Slark.
I feel like he's pretty slippery. Oh, but the Blinding Light knocking him back. Does still have a pounce. He's going to just run away here from the Lina's Light Strike.
I would say that was worth it for Team Spirit, that whole engagement there. But unfortunately, Sark didn't get stolen agility from that. That would have been amazing if he could get that.
Start off at like 3 minutes with stolen agility for sure.
Yeah, that would be a rough one. But
oh, Ghost
fortunately,
Stick? Did Ghost Stick bite off a little bit more than he could chew? Looks like he's not going to chase after him though. They do ping it out.
He's having a rough time. Look at his inventory.
Yeah, he's got nothing. This Earthshaker, Yang is really giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, that's a sad inventory.
I almost wonder, should he have just gone and suicided, do you think? He is dragging the creeps.
He probably should have, honestly, in retrospect. Because, but it just feels bad, you know, when you're left in a solo lane and you have to kill yourself. That feels that's demoralizing.
Well, I mean,
that's demoralizing to your team too.
It's all about the team morale, right? He's still running back though. He's gonna be getting that soul ring up line soon, so he'll at least have the regen.
Something.
We haven't talked anything about this middle lane.
Yeah, a bit of a snooze fest sort of lane. It's hard. It's hard for both sides. Invoker can always just tornado, drain the Gyro's mana. Gyro could just rocket the Invoker and spam out harass on him. With a rotation, either of these lanes can get a kill, though, is the thing.
I just don't feel like we're ever going to see much of a rotation right now, especially, all right, bottom lane, though, Immersion. Trying to run himself away here. They don't have the lockdown just yet. They'll turn back around. 5-minute rune once gets picked up by DY. Other one should be able to get picked up here by Immersion. I believe he does have that bottle online as well, so it's very value rune for him.
Yeah, very, very value. And he's possibly heading towards the mid lane.
Nope, it's nighttime here. Misha, Light Striker A gonna go and land, and it's actually gonna be PYW who gets the kill. It's gonna be a pounce away coming out from ILTW.
I think this is when you need to swap lanes. I think this is when Darkseer needs to come bot, and I don't think you ever want to just sit in lane into a Night Stalker at night. This is really dangerous.
Oh, they almost turned this around. Can they get the kill on Immersion? He was in position. He was waiting for the rest of his team. Is Night Stalker going to go for the dive here? There's the toss back. Looks like he's still going to manage to get the kill on the Tiny as they turn around. PYW getting chased down by ILTW. There's a lot of W's going on. As they keep going, they want DY as well. He wants that Agi, and he's going to get it with a double kill. Eurus, though, is here. He's going to try to fight himself through. Does manage to get the kill, but will ultimately fall to Misha.
So that definitely benefits Team Spirit there for getting the Sark 2 stolen agility, permanent agility at this point. Oh, Gyrocopter coming in.
Yeah, they should be able to get this kill. Tiny's just backing off.
Tiny's getting the bottle charges, though. This guy hasn't had to go back to base at all in this early game because of these bottles. He's getting very lucky with these runes. Runes spawning on the bot lane when he otherwise would have had to go back.
Very lucky, or is he just making the right rotations, Jenkins?
Yeah, he's definitely controlling the runes well, and I think also with the tri-lane, it's like you can fill up the bottle when somebody rotates back in, things like that. God, this top lane though, Yang is dumpstering Ghost Stick.
Yeah, Ghost Stick is not having a great time here in this top lane. Still same items that we saw before, though he has completed up that soul ring like we said he would. But
trying to stack up this camp.
You look at the difference between Yang and Ghost Stick, and it's miles difference.
It is a dark seer, though. I mean, this hero's very good at coming back and flash farming, just due to the nature of Iron Shell doing so much goddamn damage. And
He's 2 levels behind, though, right now. Like, that feels really bad right now.
yeah, it does. It does. Earthshaker can get active too. This hero, you give him a good early game, and he can just solo win team fights. This is one of those heroes. So you have to be very careful to give an Earthshaker free levels too like this. He's not even laning with anybody. This is a mid Earthshaker essentially.
Looks like Immersion is making his way over to that mid lane. He spotted out a couple of these nice stacks here.
Yeah, he's just going on a warding mission.
Is that a little bit early coming out from Aragon? It's gone. Use the Cold Snap and the EMP. And they already TP'd Misha to the mid lane. Immersion also made his way over, so that's a lot of space right now. Like, we've already talked about Yang having all the space in the world, right? Having a very good lane, but now Eurus has even more time because they all just rotated out.
Yeah, that was a little early coming from the Invoker there. But they do have the wards down, so that allows for this kill on PYW. Possible kill on PYW? Ah, he's dead.
Yeah. They've got that last little Frost Blast there.
You know, if you're Immersion, you're not too upset. It's a warding mission that was turning into a gank rather than the other way around, so you know, at least pushes the gyro out of lane.
Got a nice arcane rune down here. Looks like Misha's gonna pick it up. Invoker probably just telling them to take it, but again, we've got Eurus free farming here in the bottom lane, and Young is got those phase boots online. He's got a wand over there in his stash.
Yeah, this is the build that I see people doing. You just go for 2 bracers, phase boots, stick, and carry a mango around. You just seem to have infinite regen for spamming your abilities. Max out the enchant totem and just rush for the Aghanim Scepter. And boy, is that Ags! It's got to be one of the best Ags in Dota. The Earthshaker.
It is. Oh, it absolutely is.
It makes you so strong.
I don't think they're going to be able to get a kill on Misha here, but they'll be able to scare him away. He's happy. He got that ward he wanted.
A little too tanky.
Oh, yeah, they
and a free rocket, too.
Yeah.
50 gold.
Easy peasy. I'm loving this vision, though, coming out from the side of Spirit, right? You've got 3 different access points into the jungle. They're keeping an eye on any sort of stacks that they might be making, and they know where the people are at all times. The problem still remains, though, that Yang is just getting bigger and bigger. And he is definitely going to be that big playmaker. In fact, you can already see here.
They aren't really... Vici's not really playing into their own jungle either. It feels kind of bad to have 3 wards for Spirit in an area where Vici's not even looking to play. Like, the Yang is having such a good game that Gyro can just play on the triangle and somehow, you know, make a rotation to this top lane.
There are
and there's no
4 people coming top here. They want this rune. Yeah, they want the bounty rune. Young, gonna get the avalanche ton out. Toss up with the call down being thrown down. Oh, the Echo Slam comes through, but they need a little bit more damage. They just don't have it. They'll be able to get the kill over onto Misha. Can they get the kill onto Immersion? This Gyro, he's trying really hard. He's gonna get sped up, though, thanks to Ghost Stick. And it looks like the rest of Team Spirit's gonna be able to walk away.
Yeah, I think you're not too unhappy if you're Vici about that. You know, you think, like, okay, well, you know, they rotate 4 people. We don't get the rune. We only lose... We trade 1 for 1, 4v2. And that almost was a 2 for 1. So, I mean, that's okay.
That was 2 ultimates that got used during that, too, though, and they only managed to get 1 kill off of it.
That is true, but I mean, the call down is basically just any other ability.
I was thinking more about the Echo Slam,
the
of
Echo.
course.
Yeah, my feeling on, like, the Echo Slam as an Earthshaker player is that it feels really hard to use it effectively in the early game anyway.
That's true. You usually end up just using it for even just 1 kill half the time anyways.
Yeah, just some solo kill, like in lane. Like, oh, you walk too far up, I'm gonna kill you. That sort of thing. Draining the mana out of Yang. This is very annoying. But he has the bottle.
Yeah, Fissure, no, not gonna be able to land the LSA. Immersion's coming back in again, gets the double stun with that avalanche, but the blinding light just gonna dissuade them from doing anything further. Now, here's my question for you, Jenkins, because I personally have not seen a lot of the safe lane Night Stalker. Is it just farm, farm, farm until he gets that Ags? Is that how that goes?
Basically, yeah.
Speaking of Ags, you know, we talked about the Earthshaker having one of the best ones, but...
Yep. But actually... Damn, which of those Ags is actually better? I don't know. They're both insanely strong.
I think Earthshaker, because it just complements his kit so nicely, right? Because he always wants something from ability, whether it's Blink, Dagger, Force Staff. The Ags just does so much. But bottom lane, they go and they find themselves a kill on Eurus, so it's, you know...
Yeah, nice rotation. He's kind of deserving of getting punished for, sitting in the safe lane for so long. At a certain point, you kind of expect it that sort of play is going to happen, but you can't play defensively all the time because of that. So he used his body. He soaked a 4-man gank.
Well, I think it's one of those things too where you're just like, well, I had so much space, I thought I could keep going, but
yeah.
Oh, Misha, that's a dead lich. That frost armor is not gonna save you there, buddy.
Just trying his darndest to ward and deward this poor position 5, literally.
That's the life.
Figuratively, yeah, it is. Ghostic is recovering okay. He's got some last hits now.
That's true. Well, he couldn't be doing much worse than earlier, except for maybe dying a lot.
Yeah. Maybe if he just had the soul ring in his inventory still. That's it. Pairing up with the Slark now. He's got max Surge and max Iron Shell, so they're looking to get active here.
They want this Lina. PYW. Look at it, he just runs underneath the trees. Realizes that she can't do that much. She's very squishy. Laguna Blade gets used, and I'll actually use the Echo Slam. Can this turn this around? Are they going to get the kill on ILTW is the big question here. Now he's going to be able to go Shadow Dance himself away into the trees, and look how fast he just regens here. And he's out, just like that. So, almost got the kill on the Lina.
That's good for Spirit, I think. Just forcing all of these rotations down to the bottom lane. I don't think Vici really wants to be playing down here that much anyway. They'd really like to make a move towards this mid tower. So it feels bad to be Vici and not get some sort of return for a rotation like that, and an Echo Slam usage again.
And they didn't even get the kill that time. So.
Yep. I do like this combo though. This Slark plus Darkseer. This does seem quite nice. I mean, the Darkseer Surge plus the Slark Shadow Dance movement, as well as drums, as well as phase boots. This guy's going to be speedy, and of course he likes to sit on top of people, so the Iron Shell is going to be a disaster for Vici.
Yeah, he's a speed racer pretty much here.
Yep. He's actually going for Midas. He's going for drums into a late Midas.
Do you like that? Do you think that's gonna... I guess, they definitely have late game potential coming out from the side of Spirit.
Yeah, I guess he sees himself as as farming a lot, maybe taking part in the occasional engagement, but I do think that you could probably run around with the Darkseer and Snowball. It's a little bit of a defeatist attitude to some degree to go for the Midas.
You're just giving up that you're not going to have like an early mid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I do think that Spirit has strength. I think that they're strong once they get like the Darkseer Dominator. Okay, so they are going for a play despite, the thought process behind the potential Midas, but
they've got a double damage online. They've got a Centaur too. Eurus? Let's get spotted out. That Surge is just so fast. He jumps forward right away. They get a couple of nice bounces with that Lich ultimate. They'll turn back around though. They've got 3 over here into the pincer. They might be able to get the kill over onto Immersion. He's getting held into place here. That Ignis do wouldn't work. They managed to get 2 kills off of that 1 pickoff on Eurus.
Definitely worth it for Spirit. You pick off the Night Stalker. That's the carry, so you're happy with that. And as we were talking about, the Slark is building into this sort of greedy build, so if things are happening and the Slark is just farming, you're pretty happy about that if you're Spirit. That's in the enemy triangle, too. It's like supposed to be the safe space,
But that's also like, it's a very telegraphed space, right? If you don't see anybody in the lanes, if you don't see them in the jungle there, if you don't know where the Night Stalker is, or if he's generally within like the middle to top lane, they're always going to be in the triangle. So that makes sense that you would send a smoke gank over there.
Oh, yeah. You can basically count on somebody farming in the triangle at any given point in Dota. It's usually the carry.
I mean, it's like the best place to smoke gank into. It's just as long as you have that vision, though, or you have some way to go quickly. So, for example, they had the Centaur, right? That was all smoked up. So you send him up first. With the armor. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. We have a Blink Dagger coming out for the Tiny, though, now. So could see some plays, especially the Lina has to be very careful. We have the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, though. So he jumps forward with the Echo Slam, and they get a quick pick-off on ILTW.
Very important hero to kill. This is the hero that could potentially snowball. Darkseer's not having a great game. Invoker's Quas Wex, so he's not going to be farming that much. He's just fighting.
This is very exciting. Eurus just picked up that Agnum Scepter. Although, he needs the rest of his team to be here right now, and they're going to hold him into place. Misha's here, using that Frost Blast. Will turn back around. The AoE coming out. He's trying to fly himself away. Is going to get hit, though, by that Chain Frost. Will move himself down to the low ground, but there's going to be a tornado coming through, and they managed to get the kill on Eurus right after he just finished up that Ags.
Damn. He really wanted to use that Ags immediately.
He needed the rest of his team there, though. That was...
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That was a big mistake.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of those situations where he's like, all right, guys, I have an eggs. I'm strong. Let's go. And unfortunately, a little bit overzealous.
So what's the plan now for Vici Gaming, right? Because you've got the Echo Slam on cooldown. Obviously, you know, you just lost your Night Stalker. He's got Dark Ascension on cooldown as well. Do you just farm up a little bit longer? I feel like as it gets later and later, it gets pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, I think... So the weird thing about this Night Stalker hero is that he's supposed to be an offlaner, right? But I think that he's actually a better carry than a lot of people give him credit for. I seriously think so. I seriously think so. So I think if you're Vici and you've probably played around this carry Night Stalker quite a bit, that they're probably okay with going late. Like if we ever see them playing to go late, it's probably because they know that the Night Stalker is way better than it seems. Like you get a basher, you pop the ulti. Man, it's like this hero has rapier damage when you have the ultimate going. It's really ridiculous. But you are up against a Slark. You are up against a Darkseer. These are pretty sick late game heroes.
I guess
you gotta be careful.
The other thing that's worrying me a little bit for the side of Spirit. What is Young doing here? He's got himself an Invis Rune. He's gonna try to do some scouting here around the tower. Misha's nearby. Does have the Troll Summoner. They spot out Immersion. Looks like they'll go open with the fissure. Jump forward again. Follow it up, though, with that avalanche. And he is caught in the corner right now. There's no way that they can get to him. So that's a very dead Tiny. Is this going to be a dead Lich as well, though, as Eurus starts flying over, spots Ghost Stick here. Call down. Chain Thrust gets thrown out. Does get a couple of these bounces, and they're all grouped together. But Ghost Stick is going to get taken down by the Gyrocopter, as they do finally manage to split enough.
Dude, he's just, look at Eurus. Oh, my God. Relax, man. Oh,
gosh. They went right in after that.
Oh, my God.
He wanted it.
Have mercy. Just TP's out right on the creeps. Where did he TP to?
I mean, he knows that he's super strong right now. You know that Slark's not going to have anything like a BKB or whatnot, so now's your time to shine, I guess.
Especially because he went for this Midas. There's a window here where the Slark just can't fight.
And Vici Gaming definitely, you know, they're a top-notch team. They're a top-tier team, and they're going to realize, okay, Slark went for a Midas. He can't do anything against us then. And it's been a little disappointing. I feel like Ergon has just kind of been not a factor.
He's doing a lot of counter rotations, and it seems like his team is kind of dictating the pace of the game a little bit more than you would like on an Invoker. Although he does look like he's about to make this play on the bot lane.
He'd like to. They know Lena's down here. But he's playing very far back.
Yeah, he's playing really safe. This is good discipline from him. Really good discipline.
It's got to feel a little bit frustrating to ILTW. I'm sure he'd really just love to go and get himself an easy pick off. That's what Slark players really enjoy, but not going to be able to find it right now. Oh, they knocked him down with the blinding light. Nicely done by DY as Ori gets another kill.
This is where, as a support Tiny, you have a Blink Dagger, you have max Avalanche Toss, and you're kind of running around the only one dying. It's like, all right, guys, when are we going to do something? I'm ready to go, guys. Let's go. But the Darkseer doesn't even have a point in wall yet, so how can you take a real engagement without that ability?
Well, it's like you said, Darkseer, all right, it was a nice combination, right? You're enabling your Slark, but if your Slark's not ready to fight...
Yeah, the Midas is a weird... a little bit of a weird pickup here, just because we saw the potency of it on the bot lane when they dove to Lina. Like Vici respected that, man. They all TP'd in.
Yeah.
That was they were sure that the Slark was going to keep diving there because it's just such a powerful combo. But Team Spirit not thinking it's that powerful themselves, I guess.
They want Eurus really badly here. Immediately goes. They drop the Ignis. The rest of the team is nearby. We'll be able to push back ILTW. It looks like right now they don't want to fight. They just want to get themselves into a better position. It's a nice use of that Will-O-Wisp here as they just go get Eurus out and they say, okay, just go back to farming. We're doing well. We've got the, you know, the game is in our hands right now. No need to push our luck.
Yeah, Vici's controlling such a huge area of the map, so I really like the smoke from Spirit here. You know that Vici is just...
Well, they don't have the Will-O-Wisp anymore, so that's like one of their saves. In fact, Drop down. The immediate blinding light, though, coming out from DY. He immediately does not want it. BKB is complete from Ori. They do manage to get the kill over onto DY. This is looking like it's going to be immersion taken down in exchange. But they do get the BKB charge out of Ori, and that's an early BKB.
It is, but the whole time the Vici cores were farming too. It's just a coddle you lose. Vici's playing the map so well. They're getting really farmed without even taking any fights here. Just like these small skirmishes that are happening. Like 1-for-1 trade here, Will-O-Wisp trade there. Just so safe.
This is like the poorest Darkseer I've seen in so long. Feels bad, Jenkins. Feels real bad.
Yeah, usually you don't have the Darkseers having less money than the Quaswex Invoker. Quaswex Invoker doesn't really have any good way of farming quickly, whereas Darkseer has the Ion Shell to use. But he got neutered. I mean, I don't blame Ghostic for this though either. It's just not a good hero. It's a hard hero to play well right now.
Oh, we have an Axe and we have a Blink Dagger on this Earthshaker. Laguna Blade gets used and Urgon. He's out of here. There it is. There's the jump forward Echo Slam. But they'll pull back this Earthshaker. And they're still in the neighborhood though. Nice LSA gonna be able to go connect. He jumps right back in with that Axe and there's another fissure. It's a triple kill for Yang.
Dude, this guy's flying everywhere. He's getting tossed back, jumping back in, blinking around.
So I'm going to be real honest with y'all and apologize as well, because I haven't had to run my own camera in a while now, and following Earthshaker with Ags is super difficult, so I'm sorry if the stream gets a little jumpy. It's almost as bad as Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's so hard to ops. Yeah. Shout out to observers.
A blink, and also there's a tiny tossing around, and like Darkseer surging people. That's crazy.
They're really testing my mettle as a observer plus caster plus running production at the same time. I'll be on top of my A game after this, hopefully.
That's just a test. That's all it is. It's just a challenge. Everybody likes challenge. Don't you like games and puzzles?
Yeah, I love games. I don't like puzzles, actually.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair, I guess.
Love games. Don't love puzzles, though.
Dota's all about the puzzles, you know. I find that...
That must be why I'm not that great at Dota, but I really love it.
Well, the thing I like puzzles. I'm not good at them. Maybe that's why I like Dota, but I'm not good at Dota.
It's fun to watch other people figure out the puzzle and be like, wow, that was so cool. But when it comes to actually like doing puzzles, I have a puzzle story I'll tell you someday, Jenkins.
Okay.
Won't waste time on it right now when there's action happening, but...
Well, now I'm excited.
Everybody loves a good story, right?
Yeah. Look at the Slark. You like this inventory?
Oh, God.
He's got a black pin bar.
He's got a sentry ward, too.
Oh, yeah. That's classic. You gotta walk around with the old sentries in case you find a D ward. But after the first 3 permanent agility stacks that he got, which were in relatively quick succession, he hasn't gotten any more. It's just not being active at all. It's like completely... putting his head in the sand. It's like, we're not losing, you know?
It's been dry land for this little fishy.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And they're not even bothering. You can see that they're getting in position here. They're just going to trade tier 1s. But look how fast this tower is melting here to Eurus and Ori. And they're just going to go right to tier 2. They haven't even laid a finger over here on this tier 1. This is not the trade, but I guess they can't do anything else, right?
And the thing is, Vici can just push the high ground. They can threaten to push the high ground here, which will force all of Spirit back at the very least.
Yeah, they forced them back, and they haven't even taken that tower.
Yep. Oh, looks like they're actually going to commit for it. They put the ward down. I feel like the play is probably to back off here and just to control the triangle.
Maybe they can get a pick off, or they can at least take the tower. Because you can see that Invoker's not there, Slark's not there. Those are their main hitters right now. So they might as well just, you know, take the tower back off, take shrines.
Yeah. They have 2 BKBs, they have Aegis. They're actually going for this.
I'm trying to keep an eye on this Earthshaker, because I feel like he's looking for that perfect moment. I don't want to miss it. Oh, they're even going to keep going for the racks. This is not the play. You can see Yang, he makes the rotation back. Bottom Echo Slam comes out. He's going to be able... Is he going to get a solo kill on this Invoker? See ya later, Ergon.
So this would be the time for Spirit to try to take an engagement. But the problem is, even with Yang being back, when you've no Invoker, you can't fight. Like, what Yang did there was a very dangerous play. Like, he just knows that they can get away with it because of the lead that they have. And he was confident that he could get that solo kill.
Immersion. Starts to move forward here, but they can't commit.
Vici needs to back off for a little bit and just wait for Yang. He is coming back.
ILTW, what are you doing, buddy? This is not the play here. They managed to go and they pop the Aegis. The jump back in, though, coming out from Yang. He's just so mobile right now. Misha, he's stuck in a corner. He cannot get out. Gets a couple of these nice bounces, though, as they're still chasing after ILTW. They do manage to land the wall. They use the Ignis, though. They're able to go pop, go stick right back in. Buyback's going to come out from the Lich. He knows that he's got to help his team right now as they go, and they also lose that Darkseer. They lose another one. They call GG. This was a quick game, Jenkins. 27 minutes. Vici Gaming.
I can't help but think that was like a little closer than Team Spirit maybe felt during that game. Like it was only a 2 to 3K gold lead at one point, or like 15 minutes or something. That's not that bad, especially when you have a Darkseer that's kind of the majority of the gold deficit. I think that Team Spirit had a lot more strength in taking fights that they could have used, and they were just kind of trying to play the map against Vici, and Vici just punished them for it. They just took their gold lead and they turned it into, a win.
Do you think some of it was just that ILTW shouldn't have gone back for that Midas? Do you think it would have been better if he was scrappier and fought earlier on?
Yeah, definitely. But that's definitely like a team thing as well, where you just need to have this like killer mentality where it's like, all right, let's just go fight them. Like, okay, we need to put these two heroes together and go fight them here, or put this hero in the safe lane and try to gank somebody here while these other guys are... You want to find some way as a group that you can just start getting active. And the problem is it looked like everybody was basically looking to not really get active, or they're like playing 4 Protect 1 for the Slark. But I think they had strength as like a unit. They could have done something as a whole team on the map.
Well, looks like they're going to get a chance to see if they can take a game here off of Vici Gaming. Maybe they just needed some time to warm up, get back into things. But we do have at least one more game, if not 2. This is a best of 3. So we are going to take a quick break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to have more Dota 2 for you.